Yo, what's happening, Cap? Hey, look.
Who's the most popular?
Fumekwan.
Ah, is that because he's controversy?
I mean, there was a response. There were What's Happening Cabin episode 6 on the internet, and the reviews were poor, I guess. It was but
does was he disappointed, or is he? I doubt he really cares.
I think, well, he sent me some messages and I talked him off the edge, but I think he's gonna be okay. I'm being Feces-ish. I don't want to throw Fumecom under the bus for real, but I'd also like to be funny. Hey, what's happening, Captain? Welcome to the world's only podcast all about me, Captain Hardluck. But hey, also other people exist, and on podcast, I guess it's good to talk to other people. So today's guest is a very cool artist that I met through Fumecom. We were just talking about his. It was really a blockbuster episode, 100 plus views. I mean, who's getting 100 plus views on YouTube? And that's all to do with me. But you're an artist and you're also a fake gamer. And I just wanted to talk to you and, find out what you're all about.
Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate it. And it is true. I am a fake gamer. And yeah, I don't know. Just thank you for having me on. So
when did posing first start to become an idea? When did you start to feel like you would be able to better acquire social clout through posing as a gamer? When did that when was the moment? Were you on the toilet? Were you at work? Were you mid-coitus? What was going on?
Oh, well, the moment when it hit me that I realized I was doing it was when Balish went on a Nuremberg rally and just, got everyone all insane. And then that's what really opened my eyes. And it's funny because it's kind of funny looking back because, it's hitting a year now, more or less, since all this. And,
I wonder if this will be a controversial episode too. I don't know. It's,
Well, I'm not going to talk about, I don't know. We can't, I don't give a fuck what I talk about. But,
yeah, I don't care either.
But you and I got off on a very bad start. We did not get along. I was like, what is going on here with that? We can definitely pry into that for sure. And it's up to you, but that's
funny. It's out there now. This is the hot. Now I have to follow through because you're the guest and you brought it up, and I'm the host.
I didn't know it was a secret. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it.
I haven't really gone on about it. I just didn't want to air that without talking to you first about it. But I don't care at all. I mean, it was a confusing sort of processing what happened between you and Fumecom and Balish and all his crew. And we should definitely get into that. I feel like I wanted to say something. Oh, I do want to say that we're joined by chat. So we can, we'll try to get into chat and see what they have to say about things. So that's the live portion of the podcast on twitch.tv/CPTHardluck. So I had to get a plug in before we got into the anything any spicier.
Okay.
That's how a podcast is structured.
Okay.
What's
your plug-in? Oh, you mean plug in your fucking... Okay. I you mean you downloaded something. I was like, what the fuck you got? I thought you had something up your sleeve.
I meant plugging the live streams. Because this will go on YouTube later.
Gotcha.
And there's promotion to do.
Plug in your link. Yeah.
Yeah. Before we get into anything any spicier, I got to be like, yo, go fucking follow the Twitch. But yeah, that was a really confusing time because what I saw, which was not everything, but I saw Balish. I mean, if not a sneak diss, I mean, I've been accused of sneak dissing Fumecom. So, but if what Balish said in that stream wasn't a sneak diss, then I don't know what is. I mean, do you feel I'm wrong here?
I mean, a little bit, because it wasn't no sneak diss. It was a fucking rally cry, literally.
All right.
He went, yeah, I mean.
Yeah. So I should I was leaning on caution, but yeah, I agree. And so when I saw that, and I was like finding out about all the shit that Balish did, and just kind of this trail of tears, Discord tears, and pontificating messages.
You want to know what? So, go ahead.
No, please interrupt me.
Okay, so I remember in our first voice, actually the only other voice call I think was our first one. I think this is our second ever. So, but
yeah, unless
anyway,
we were doing something in Fumecom's server, like watching something, but I don't know.
Maybe. If so, like one time. Anyway, I remember you said, you said, I see everyone's writing little goodbye messages. I don't get what that is, but whatever.
I don't even remember that, and I want to go back. And have we're in this constant state of postmortem, and because not everything, like, it's hard to talk about everything because it's been so fucking crazy. And but yeah, I'd seen all this shit, consistently going down, and I was like, my beef with you was never about Balish saying something negative about you, but I saw conflicting messages, and then when I actually did find out what was going on, I had a criticism. Probably I should have backed off completely on it, but we've come to terms, I guess. That's the last you spoke on it to me on Twitter.
What are you talking about?
You responded to a message basically saying, these fake gamer accusations that we will get into. We will decode why you are a fake gamer, and I actually empathize a lot with that, but we'll get into it. But let's dish the dirt up front and then cleanse ourselves. I'll say, like, knowing I'm a guy that's like, I'm about that action, If there's something to be fucking said, I want it said faster than not, because my experience is like festering and misery. And what I felt like I saw was a lot of festering misery, especially because of the gap in time. So,
yeah.
I have beef with that, and I honestly, I don't think it was as much my problem as I made it. Probably, I don't think. I think I pushed back a little too hard because I was ignorant. But in a tweet recently, you said something like, I agreed with at least part of what I was saying.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Well, there's I already forgot what I said specifically in that tweet, but oh, you said I should have said everything sooner. I kept saying this is all a year old, and you said something like, well, then you should have said it 3 years ago, and then we'd all be over it by now. And I was like, well, I pissed me off at the time, but I got to think about it. That's the most right thing. I mean, that's true. I mean,
I can't help but laugh because it's a recurring theme in my life, and some people get through it and some people don't, and I appreciate your retrospect and introspection as well.
Yeah, well, it was, and I don't know, the Blue Bolt thing was sad because that's kind of what we started talking about initially, but I mean, whatever, dude. I mean, it sounds like he still don't like me, so I mean, I don't give a fuck at this point, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Blue Bolt's a bridge too far for me. I think, really. Little Whittle Kitten had some interaction with, but not enough for it to bug me. So, Yeah, I think most of it's already out there for those who are concerned and the peoples involved. But, I mean, unless you had anything else to speak on about it, I think fake gaming is what I really, I mean, you're an artist, you work really hard on your art, you win contests, you participate in your local community. I think, that's less than the fake gaming, and that's what I really want to know about you.
Oh, about the fake gaming?
Yeah.
Well, see, I grew up always looking at games on the shelf, but I would never buy them. or I never had my parents buy them, I should say.
So why was that? Can we dissect was it financial, or were you like, well, I want this instead? Or because I mean, I think practically everybody had a limited video game budget, or if they were going to buy something, they prioritize like, I don't dislike comics. I thought comics were cool, but I was invested in Pokemon cards and video games. Like I had priorities. So
Are you asking me serious, or you want me to like joke around here with this? Because I mean, I'm just speaking bullshit right now. I mean,
oh, so you always had video games? Yeah, I mean, I thought you were gonna mix a little real into it as well. But yeah, if that wasn't complete bullshit, then I mean, what was your actual video game? When did you come to video games?
oh well, see, I would say I grew up watching my older brother play Super Nintendo because he grew up in that time, like very early '90s, late '80s.
So you were more of a watcher from the beginning.
At the very beginning, yeah, but
yeah.
I didn't start playing until probably PlayStation 1 when I got that, and I got that pretty young. I don't remember how old I was, but
do you think there's a disproportionate number of little brothers that watch Twitch?
I mean, I didn't really. Balish was actually the only Twitch streamer I first started watching. I mean, if that's what you're getting at, that I like grew up just watching people play games. I'd never watched people play games on the internet, never.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, that's fair. That's fair. So,
yeah.
I mean, how did you start your online presence then? I'll ask you for real.
How did I start my online presence?
Yeah.
Let's see. So I started talking to Balish in 2017.
So you started. So this is I don't understand. How did you get to Twitch and Balish? Like, was it through Twitter, or like, how did you get involved with that then?
Oh, well, I started watching. I always liked watching like Ego Raptor and stuff like that. I was always into like the YouTube. I always watched.
So
YouTube
you were
videos
watching people play video games?
No, animations. I'm talking about the Ego Raptor animations.
Yes, but that's still okay. So you were watching content that was tangential, because I do remember watching the Game Grumps animated and being like, okay, but where do I watch?
No,
these
I'm talking
people
like
play?
the old like Pokey Awesomes. I'm talking about before even those were even around.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the old ones, which I know they were always about video games, but they were always animations, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess I assumed, because for me, logically, to getting to watching people play video games, how do you come to a live streamer who plays video games?
Well, Balish always was a really good artist. He was a really good graphic designer and shit like that, and that's what attracted me to him. And
that
I
was
always
like
liked
on Twitter.
The cringe, the cringe times were funny because that was his Twitch streams, and then that's how I, yeah.
I see.
I mean, he was a good entertainer. I miss those days watching him innocently. Yeah. Now I wish I never got close to him, but
yeah. Well, okay,
it is what it is.
So you get kind of like sucked more into gaming. Were you playing a lot of games on your own at that time? You obviously like anime and stuff.
At what time?
I don't know.
Like my childhood? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know, bruh. I don't know.
I don't know
it's
what
off
you're
the
asking
rails.
me.
I know.
Oh, okay. I mean, I always play games growing up. I mean, I just didn't have a huge variety, I guess. I mean, I played all the Metal Gear Solids. You know, I started on them from Metal Gear 1, played them as they came out. I always had Grand Theft Auto, started with GTA 3 in like 2001. I got it not too long after it came out. I've played all them since on release day. Spyro the Dragon. I mean, I had all those.
This is a lot of real games for a fake gamer.
Yeah, I mean, Resident Evil, obviously.
Is it because you don't play 2D platformers, do you think? Do you think it's because you're not like SNES core?
I guess.
You're not SNES-built enough.
But I played them a lot with my brother growing up, but I was player 2, I guess, you know, whatever you call that. So
if he even plugged in the controller.
Yeah. Exactly. The only SNES game I personally owned was Mega Man X. So I loved it.
I don't know. These are a lot. I thought I had a fake gamer on my podcast, and now I feel like you're kind of a gamer.
Well, I never said I was like good and like setting stats and fucking 100% in every one of them, but I had fun with them. So, and I mean, I still got all the games from do you want me to take a picture of my game case and send it?
Yeah, that's interesting because then you're like, okay, well, this is the criteria. And that is an interesting, isn't it curious that the criteria for gamer is a bit, I don't know.
Well, I mean, on the internet, but I mean, I don't.
What is it?
I don't care, I guess.
What is it then? What do you think it is? Like, after you've been like pilloried for it, what do you think that the internet believes is gaming?
Cringe.
Okay, strong start.
I mean, that sums it up pretty fucking good, I think.
Yeah.
Dumb. I don't want anything to do with it. Yeah, I don't want hardly anything to do with it.
Damn.
You mean like the gaming community? I don't give a fuck.
Well, firstly, thankfully, there's no real gaming community. There's no real estate purchased for gamers. Okay. There's no like place in Florida where gamers go to live, like go to retire. Like the gamer community, like even if it was based around the elderly, it would be a problem. People would, I mean, I can't. Firstly, you can't have a Wii around because they will die. They will throw something out. It's a risk. If you have
oh, you mean like the control would just slip out of their hand?
I guess Wii remote? Like, I'm envisioning the gamer community, and I can only envision it as a retirement community as well. And there's so many problems that go into that.
Well, okay, I gotta ask you something. Okay, so are you talking to me? Are you asking me these questions as someone who's also considers himself a fake gamer or whatever, or are you talking to someone that's a gamer?
I kind of.
What side are you on?
I kind of do. Well, you know, and you kept talking about all the games you've played, and I'm like, it's almost like you're a gamer. But I also feel a bit, you know, I don't have any real gaming knowledge. Even though I've watched like a ton of like videos about gaming, I feel like I have no real stake in the game, because then people are like, oh yeah, this composer is on these 3 games. I'm like, I'm never gonna memorize people's names.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't care about it. So
me neither. Gamers rise up.
Okay, I didn't realize how you were asking me these questions then. So,
dude, it's a little column A. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was trying to keep it fresh, but it's a little column A, little column B. So you don't need to worry about how you respond to me. Just respond and
I'm not worried.
Pick the more entertaining option. That's kind of how I feel. Like if the truth is too boring, I start lying on the podcast.
No, my answer would have been the exact same. I just didn't realize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do a lot of fake gaming on the side though. I mean, I only play like Hearthstone, which is like...
I see that a lot on Discord, actually, I kind of want to start playing it. Should I?
Yes. Yeah, we should start playing Hearthstone. Yeah. I call it Hearthstone.
So you can stomp my ass and make me feel shitty about
myself. We'll play duos, and then you can lose, and I'll elevate myself based on the duos.
No time for showboating. Well, it depends who you ask for, Macom.
It's more like using you as a step. Oh, you mean the chat? Yeah.
Well... So I want to add to what I said, I guess, if you really want to know. I don't hardly play games anymore since I got older. So I guess I'm a typical motherfucker, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, the only game...
What about saying that clip, Fumecom, where he's like, you stupid motherfucker, or something like that?
He got double mommy in there, a little Oedipal, if you ask me.
Yeah. Well, the thing I want to add on before I lose my point, is I just never played them as I got older, and I got a ton of other hobbies now, way too many. So,
yeah, I definitely.
Painting, so,
I had a long drought of gaming as well. Probably, it was like maybe 5 years because I think it was a couple years before I started dating somebody, and then I started playing again towards the end of that relationship. Maybe a little simpatico. But, yeah. So long gaming drought, and then I was like, I want to beat Final Fantasy VII, so I did that. But then it's like, all I have, I don't feel like I want to play an JRPG other than on Twitch. But then when I play a JRPG on Twitch, it takes me like 5 months, and I feel like I'm dedicated to it, and it's a little overwhelming. So gaming is hard, dude. It's not easy to game.
Well, see, here's my thing. Out of everything like Balish like rallied about, I didn't realize that being a fake gamer was in there. We never hardly talked about video games, or if we did, like I made it clear that I don't know that much about video games. Like I never pretended to know that. Like, and it's funny because okay, so me and Fumecom fucking played Ninja Turtles about a week ago, and Balish ranted that, you know, he's like, he could have fucking asked me. It's an 8-player game. There was enough people. And he rattles off all these people, and he rattles off like 8 people, by the way, but I think he meant to rattle off 7. So we played the game, and there's fucking 6 players. Okay, so there's lie 1. Okay, so who really fucking knows about it? And number 2, we never even talked about Ninja Turtles before, so what the fuck? I mean, I don't remember if we did. So, like, out of all the things, it's just so petty. It's so petty. Out of all the things that he did.
Sounds like kind of a fake gamer move, to be perfectly blunt and honest about it.
It's someone who has a lot of mental illness is who it is, unfortunately.
As a mental illness patient, I'm not going to dig on anybody too much for it, but, like, this pattern, to still be in denial of this pattern of just, like I said, a trail of pontificating Discord messages. There's no reality where that's fucking, you're doing good. You know, you're doing real good. I've sent some pointed Discord messages, but the density of these fucking diatribes is kind of disgusting, pardon the alliteration, but you know.
Oh, I mean, it was a 5-hour said rally.
Yeah, rallies. He got the tiki torches out. The gamer torches out.
No, he got the swastikas out is what he fucking did.
All right, yay. All right. Yaylish. I couldn't make that work. But, I mean, I appreciate everybody that's showing up tonight. We're having a good time. We're having a good time. So, why did you play Resident Evil then? Was that just to flex that? I mean, it was a pretty impressive display. I definitely couldn't beat Resident Evil in a sitting.
well, it was 2 sittings and it was fun. But see those kind of games, you beat them once, you kind of know the pattern. Yeah. On those old ones, you know. So it's just, I guess I didn't play it. Well, see, I guess the thing that kind of made it exciting was I hadn't played it in like 10 years. So.
Ooh, that's real fresh. Yeah.
Yeah.
The games games tightened up a little bit in that time. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I didn't sit down and practice beforehand. I didn't even boot the game up until I sat down with Fumecom. Like, dude, I
love raw dog in a game on stream. I can't help it. I mean, it's good that you were able to. You played it a while back, so you had it in your memory, which is that's gamer memory actually. But
yeah, it is.
And then but then just to pull it off later, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
Yeah, so you got involved in so you've always been have you primarily been streaming art, or when did you stream before?
So
what was that about?
My very first stream was in 2020, the beginning of 20. Actually, it's been 5 years ago. Wow. So, it was with Balish, my first one, my first 2. And, yeah, that was when I was really obsessed with Balish and thought that he was like everything. And then I, before my wake up call.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's tough to get involved with people. Like, art lends itself to that because of its romantic qualities, and I know it's a bromance, not, I know you weren't like sending each other nudes, but I mean, I don't know.
It was a bromance though, but it was, I didn't realize that he also had other bromances, and the bromances went deeper than they should have, so a little much. So,
yeah.
Anyway, to answer your question directly, I was inspired by Balish. I mean, I'll admit, I was inspired by Balish to do the streams, but they were always art.
Right. Okay, so that was like the Resident Evil stream was like your first video game, or?
I think I played Call of Duty one time with my roommate one time, and I think that might have been it.
Okay, so your Twitch stream is not gamer, which I guess if you're in a Twitch stream world, it's just
Void Stro, the Metal Gear Solid marathon, but that I only did one episode of. Sorry.
Oh, nice marathon.
Yeah.
Well, it's
you're right.
It's definitely jealousy. It's definitely like that complaint is coming from a very jealous population that you were in proximity to this person that everybody wanted to have. I'll be honest, I don't attract a lot of men. I mean, I have men in my life, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like I have the pool that Balish does. Maybe it's because I'm showing my face. Maybe, I don't know what it is. I've given too much away. I'm basically a slut. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, he lures him in with, I don't know, he has just a certain charm and way he entertains. And maybe it is, not showing his face and all that. But, I don't know.
A mystery
I don't know.
man.
He has I guess it's because, he's a mystery man. He's been through a lot, is what's sad. Because, like, when I first met him, so I first saw
trauma
his
bonding.
Yeah, that's what it was. But I first started seeing his streams, the cringe times, because I was going through, like, people reviewing animations and shit like that, and, like, the Brony cartoons back then, like, the animations on YouTube, like a Hot Diggity Demon and shit like that. That's when I came across like the cringe times and Animated James. And then so I looked him up on Twitter, and it's always, by that time it's like 20. Well, I followed him silently since like 2015 without any account or anything, which is, like when he was really doing his cringe time shit. And then 2017 is when I made Kid Goku Rules. I think it was like February 2017. So however long that is now, 8 years.
God, this is like a 10-year saga. This is like,
oh yeah, listen to it. I mean, it's not that exciting.
The Iliad.
So that's when I started messaging him, but he was going through the rat salad shit at that time, which I know you're unfamiliar with that. You probably just heard of it.
Thank God.
Yeah. Well, rat salad's a piece of shit. Rat salad and his brother Scott. Like that was his username, Scotty. So
there are eras of relationships, and I mean it's how this thing goes, right? Like
his
people falling in and out of favor constantly.
But like they doxed him, I think, and I don't know. They got his IP, so that's fucked up. So I don't. Yeah, so that's when I started like messaging him. Hey man, I think you're a good streamer. I think you're entertaining. I'm sorry you're going through this bullshit. And then let's see. Then he started messaging me back, and then what happened after that? 2018, I think, still the rat salad stuff. See, Balish always had a habit of taking these really long, incredible breaks. Like his banners and shit are always like, I stream every single weekend. It's never happened ever in a single time, I don't think, in his history. Can anyone think of it besides maybe like 10 years ago, Voidstro?
I almost think it's like more honest.
It's never happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean, I get it. I mean, he's done a lot of streams. I'm not going to say he doesn't have a catalog. He does have a lot of streams. And he streamed a lot more than me, and I'm not, regular. So, I'm not judging him.
Well,
but like,
it's just when you don't say it, it's almost like, it's more honest not to have a schedule, I feel like. Unless you are making insane money. I don't know how you can schedule it. It just doesn't work. I'd rather be, I kind of feel like, when I'm saying, we're going to be live in an hour, I kind of don't like doing that. Because it's what if, he breaks his fucking tibula walking down the stairs to come on the stream?
Yeah.
It can happen.
But I don't know. I never judged him for taking a break either. I had never even judged him. He keeps telling me he wanted to quit long before I was the reason that he wanted to quit, Mind Destroyed, and everyone else.
A lot of romantic,
yeah,
yeah.
Telling me that he's keeping these handwritten letters that these 17-year-old kids wrote him about their grandmother dying, even though the kids have already blocked him, and he's threatened to take them to court and shit. Like, God, can't do that. You can't do that.
That's the spice, dude. This is spicy. What was that? Fumicom said somebody else was having weird Skypes with 17-year-olds, and why are all the 17-year-olds around? I'm just I don't.
He might have been he might have been just turning 18, 19. I don't know, but he still lived with his parents, and he was a teenager. So.
I've had when you live stream long enough, you'll run into a 17-year-old occasionally, and I'm like, no. They're like, can I get on the stream? I'm like, no.
Well, I mean,
Can we limit communication? Actually, yes. Let's put up some strong barriers right now, because I would rather have an adult audience, frankly.
Well, it's just, I told people before that his biggest mistake was he went after, on this latest rally, he made it a rally instead of going after one person at a time like he always did in the past. And that was his downfall with it. So now, because he has to, now everyone's pissed off for different reasons. Right. So it's just...
he's trying to maximize attention on it, and then...
He got a lot.
Right. And,
from what
there's definitely still holdouts, and I don't know how many... I don't know the numbers of people. I see, 5 people, maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's dying down, but,
Yeah.
I mean, it's still going on a little bit, but it's dying. And I do, I mean, I've told people too, I forgive them, but, I mean, I can still talk about, my history and shit with them. I mean, I'm not lying about it.
Right.
And it's the truth. So, I mean, I'm not saying anyone go after them, don't block them or any of that. You can do whatever you want, but I'm just saying that's my history with them. So, and I'm happy to
it's all retaliatory. It's all retaliation. To just defend. I mean, it's that's what I mean. You're not out there throwing darts at people, and when people throw darts, they don't like when darts get thrown back. And also, I empathize with walk away, and like you said, got brought up my podcast episode with Fumecom, which I think would be I'm not trying to go on and after it, but yeah, it's funny to have your shit live reacted to by people who said they were done talking about you 6 months ago. So and apparently I haven't heard from them in weeks, and I'm fucking busy, dude. I do a lot of shit. I make a lot of shit. I can't be constantly dealing with fucking weirdos all the time. It's always retaliatory. It's always just to ensure, and then it goes over into my friends, and then people are, rating me in VR chat with, hate speech, and it's not good. So, I could handle it here and there, but I honestly don't want to be permanently quagmired in this fucking garbage. At the same time, I reserve the right to talk about it. I think my last podcast was pilloried, and my knowledge of Leiji Matsumoto, in contrast to Go Nagai, was challenged. And that's the thing. I actually have a new video essay that's partially outlined right now. So honestly, that's productive. I would rather, instead of taking my time on the podcast being well, actually, let me just write a scholarly opinion on this person's contribution. Do something productive. That's ultimately what I'm saying. Yeah.
I got you. Well, I mean, how's it going? I mean, is it going well?
I think so. Yeah, I've made some cool art recently. I'm getting back in the flow with Toe and So Long, and yeah, man. And I see that you're creating as well. Your pieces are physical media, and you're working against reality instead of digitized space. And I just made a little thing. I work with like ink, which is way faster than, I think you're working with acrylics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, I mean, it's not like oil, but it's still, things have to dry. And if you want to layer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I started out doing digital. That was my bread and butter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what you did your streams with mostly, I'd assume.
Yeah.
And you were doing work on
All the time.
Fumecom's layout.
Yeah.
The last time you were live with them. So, yeah, you do digital, but like the hours of painting, I would assume, are, you know, unless you have like a good setup, it's kind of hard to stream that sort of thing.
Yeah, I know. I plan on it.
Good.
So I want to. I don't know how exactly I want to do it yet, but after I'm done with Fumecom's layout, I'm going to do it.
Definitely. I mean, you know, phone camera and a tripod will get you started at least, but...
Well, I got a phone mount nailed or screwed to the wall, so nice. I mean, I guess I could do that, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
So.
I'd love to see that. And then miking is the hardest part from there, but I don't know. Bluetooth headset? I think that's how a lot of people do it.
Ooh, actually, that might be a good idea. Thanks. I still have your Meta Knight and Big Weld. You still have the Big Weld. Remember that? Dude, I remember Balish was disgusted. Like, he's like, Big Weld? What's the joke with Big Weld?
I got to look up Big Weld because I'm a fake gamer.
And, do you remember?
Oh, that's not a
game. Fake watcher. I don't know. But Fumecom, I think, looking back on it, I didn't get it now because I was like, why come out of all the shit he finds funny, like he found zero humor in it? And you know what I bet it is because you and I made it up instead of, you know, he had no involvement in it is what it was.
So these are, yeah, you did some digital Meta Knight and Big Weld fan art, essentially?
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, I did a shit ton of digital streams.
Does Big Weld have anything to do with inflation?
I don't know. I remember I changed my tag at the top to Big Weld Rules. Remember that? Voidstro? And we did the Speed Racer. I was talking to Fumecom. I love that Speed Racer stream.
Racer stream meaning?
We just did a Speed Racer theme stream. I did Speed Racer art. And
did he watch Speed Racer or were you...
No, we just co-hosted. He just talked. Kind of like how we're doing now with the theme, but...
Yeah. Well, let's talk more about Big Weld inflation because I'm fascinated by the concept of a robot with metal parts inflating. And I don't know if it can do it, but Voidstro's involved, and I know Big Weld has nothing to do with inflation. I just don't believe you. He just looks like a big metal balloon.
Hey, I got proof that I got a Big Weld drawing.
I didn't know what you were going to say after I've got proof I've got a big, and I got scared for a second. I got a little intimidated.
No, a Big Weld drawing.
I've got a big, hey baby, why don't you come back to my place? I've got a Big Weld drawing to show you.
No, I mean, Big Weld's way more impressive than my wiener, trust me. I'm telling you.
Whoa, what's with all the cock talk? Wow. I hope you were referring to Big Ball Park Frank's dogs.
I think Ballas just didn't get it because of autism. Well, that's not true because he's gravitated towards those people. At least in a, I don't know. I mean, we've talked about it.
Well, you know, the predator prey, it gets hazy sometimes, you know? The snake eats its own tail.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to get into it because it's old news, but Fumecom, Voidstro, I mean, it's pretty fucking over the line, isn't it?
Yeah. But Big Weld is badass, dude. And now that I know about Big Weld, he kind of looks like, I don't know, the little insignia on his chest. And I don't know, he's just like, I've never watched robots.
Hang on, I'll show you the true Big Weld.
The truth of Big Weld? Jesus
The
Christ.
true Big... No, the true Big Weld, not the truth. The true.
Many people have watched robots, but most people don't know the truth about Big Weld.
No, they just don't know what the true Big Weld
Rodney
is.
Copperbottom wouldn't even eat dinner with him after he found out. Robot dinner. Big Weld later changed his mind and joined. I'm just reading spoilers for Robots right now. Off of the Robots wiki. This podcast is, I don't know. I think people are going to reference it in a few years. I don't know. It's just going to be.
I don't know. Did I make the whole stream about Big Weld? Do you remember that? Okay, I'm looking through. There's Captain Hardlock stream.
Hardlock.
Hardlock.
Hey, get
Captain Hardlock.
Hard luck. Hey, get the branding right, dude. If you're gonna be on the stream, okay, what are you gonna call me, Joe Rogan Sexperience?
No, right here. I did a Captain Harlock stream.
Are you? Oh! Are you sending me things? Oh, you're.
No, I'm not sending you anything, but I'm going to.
All right.
I haven't yet.
It's in the.
Just
it's
one
in the
thing.
canon. It's in the can. Mel Brooks, very interesting. So Big Weld is Jewish coded? Is that what we're saying? Because Mel Brooks, I think he would tell you he sounds very Jewish. So I don't think I'm saying anything controversial here.
It was the same day I painted the Coliseum, Void Show. It's on the same folder. So I painted the Coliseum and then I painted Big Weld. Okay, so
what Coliseum? We got to have some details here. You got to expound on things because the audience on YouTube may or may not give a shit.
Oh. Here, actually, it was a picture.
100-year war coded? Nice. Yeah, basically while we're waiting for all these images that I'm not prepared to show you on the podcast.
They're not like bad or anything. I'll send them to you on Discord.
Now I'm gonna have to figure out how to shove those in.
So I painted that on stream. That's actually a picture from Red Matter took that picture of all people. But
okay, what I'm gonna do is,
and then after that I drew this.
Okay, hold tight. Oh, it's art. It's art. Open link.
Okay. Show the Coliseum first.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
Please, if I may ask.
Listen.
I don't want to be a clout thief or anything.
I mean, I make the decisions here, okay? I make the incisions.
You can show whatever you
driving this pony.
Okay.
Big Weld with words.
Do you have proof of that, Fumik? Or, I mean, I'm sure he did, but like he's never even mentioned it to me.
What do you say? Will you repeat what people say?
He said, "Hey, I control the chat here."
Whoa! All right, fine.
I'm joking. He said Balish hated Pingus jokes too.
Well,
I didn't know that, but I mean, I'm sure he did. But
all right. Okay. Here we're looking at your art firsthand. It is kind of fun. You just whip this out.
Yeah, I mean, I probably did that in like 2 hours from scratch.
From shopping brushes, yeah.
Yep. That's
I like, it's more of an impression as well. It's interesting. But obviously, thanks. Big Weld is superior work, and I mean, listen, if you're going to be an artist I almost said something else. If you're going to be an artist in 2025, you gotta be down on the 3 Fs. Have I told you about the 3 Fs? Fandom, furry, fetish. If you're not pumping out one of those 3 things, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's going to give you any money. I'm saying you have to participate in like a local art scene with people who are probably above the age of 30 on a regular basis. Are you getting like all I see online? The only way I see people making money with art is fucking drawing one of the 3 Fs. I mean, am I wrong?
Can I ask a question?
And I'm also speaking as somebody who likes to make art outside of those things. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to accuse or speak down to anybody. I'm disappointed with what I see. But if you see something different, you should definitely tell me.
Well, can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll answer your question.
Yeah.
Can you read that quote?
Well,
Right
I might have
picture.
to read it in an accent.
No, you can't. Well,
I might have to read it in an accent because I was told specifically this is Mel Brooks. If it was literally anybody else, you can shine no matter what you're made of.
And that's exactly all you need to know about why I drew that and why I draw all my art, because you can shine no matter what you're fucking made of.
God damn.
Big Weld inspired me.
I mean, Robot seems like a fucking touchstone film for... You're like a generation removed from me, I'm fairly certain. Are you, like, mid-20s?
How old do you think?
Is that too personal? I mean, I'm trying to be vague, but I'm also trying to be clear. I might be older than you.
Oh, what do you think?
I'm 36. I'm 36. So I'll just say 30. I'm 36. You tell me, what do I think? I think you're in your mid-20s, yeah.
I'm 30.
You're 30? Okay. Your voice throws me off a little bit because it's a little higher pitch. I mean, that's all I have to go on. I've never seen you.
Oh, yeah.
So, you don't sound as beaten by life as many do, as I feel I do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's a compliment.
Sure. However you want to take it.
Yeah.
How would you like to take it?
I mean,
shaken, stirred, cream, sugar,
shaken, not stirred, please.
Shake it up.
Flat.
Yeah. So cool. So we've talked about fake gaming and drama and total fucking bullshit and I mean, what did you asked me a question? Did you get the answer you needed to? Oh,
yeah, most definitely. I just wanted you to read that quote.
Okay, yes.
Is that literally...
So that's the answer. That's your answer to the 3 Fs.
When I drew that on stream, there was literally a magical moment where I think Voidstro was in there. Fumicom was in there, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we all shed a single tear together at the same time.
I believe it. I fucking believe it.
I literally dedicated my next stream. I dedicated my next stream to Big Weld in his honor. And then I draw Big Weld like getting ready to kick some ass on stream too. Voidstro. Okay. I mean, you just had to be there. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like I was there. I've experienced the art moves me, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As an artist, you get it. You can't just do what makes you money, you know. I mean, you got to have money to live, but you got to do what you want to do.
I feel like the 3 Fs fall under a lot of people's life passions at the moment.
I've drawn nudes, but I haven't drawn like furry porn shit.
Well, I didn't say it had to be all 3 at the same time.
Oh.
You were putting them all together. You were envisioning...
That was 3 things. Furry, porn, and shit.
Yeah, you were envisioning, like, furry fandom, which is, like, My Little Pony fetish art. That's what went to your head.
Not
you combine them all instantly.
Not just the fur... Yeah, I'm sorry. Not just the furries.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the furry fetish.
Or the fandom, because Big Weld is fandom art.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Big Weld is just what Big Weld is. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm not trying to put Big Weld in a box because I feel like I would need a really large box.
Yeah, you can't put him in a box. He's naturally big.
He's naturally big and also weld. He's weldish.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's like unavoidable. I'm just saying it's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. I've done fandom art. I've probably drawn something anthropomorphic before.
Okay, I agree. I take my point back because you're right. Like Kid Goku, that's fandom. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. But I guess I don't.
You do a lot of work outside of that too, and present it. And most artists on Twitter would not show that because it would fuck up their brand, because it takes you out of the algorithm because you're not just constantly pumping it full of fandom furry or fetish. And you're not doing the fetish art, obviously. And I haven't seen your furry work, so I'll assume it's non-existent, but
it's non-existent, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I guess, let's see. Have I drawn any furry art before, Voidstro?
No, for Anthro-esque. Voidstro says Anthro-esque art he's drawn by. Voidstro's also a good artist. I enjoy
we shared our fetish work. I guess that's true, Voidstro. I mean, I won't. Yeah, that's true. We have.
You exchanged fetish work?
I mean, I just showed him some of the nude artwork I drew.
Oh, okay. You were trading nudes in DMs. Well, it's out there now. You brought it up. You didn't have to read the chat out loud, but you did.
I always read the chat out loud.
Voidstro just sold you the fuck out, bro.
I don't draw. Well, I'm already blacklisted anyway. I don't draw or post my art often. Yeah, I showed.
I didn't. I figured you've been showing at least. Recently, I felt like you were showing a decent amount of work, mainly because it's like fucking acrylics. Because I don't expect to see a new acrylic painting from you every week or anything like that.
It depends. Like sometimes I can crank them out in like 2 days, and sometimes they take a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Like that one with the battleship that I posted. I don't know if you remember that at the end of my stream. Mm-hmm. That took I think 2.5 days. So.
Yeah. And that was like mainly like a tonal work.
That was black and white, yeah. So I always just Google these random World War II pictures and paint them.
Yeah, it's cool working from those old pictures too. And I feel
I try to make them look like the old photos too, as much as I can. So
yeah, well, I like the texture you got on this last one. This last one almost looks like ink. To me.
Thanks. Nope, it's all acrylic.
I really like ink. That's my preferred medium. I'm a comic book. Go ahead.
Well, sorry, I just need to share more in your Discord then, because I got a whole bunch of World War II ones. I got other stuff too, but that's just what I've been painting. I go back and forth. Usually I used to paint a black and white one, then a colored one, then a black and white one, then a colored one. Oh, you're showing it. Look at that. That's so nice of you. Oh, my goodness. Free clout. I got it. I'm just kidding.
Soak it up, baby.
Yeah, look at that.
It's gone. It's never again.
But yeah, that's...
you dare take advantage of me and my platform? Dude, I have more viewers now than I've had. Like, you're a draw, so... I think I'm the one clout chasing right now, to be perfectly honest.
Well, that's because I draw, you know what I mean? And I'm in with JT Records. So
Yo, JT Records, shout out! I have no idea.
Did you go back and watch my re-upload or whatever, my Twitch stream? The vlog? The VOD? There we go.
I remember you uploaded Walt Jr.
No, just my recent VOD, my whole stream. I know you joined it late.
You know what? I caught like the back half of it, I think, because I was at a jazz concert.
Oh, well, that's way more important, obviously. Seriously, but you need to go back and learn about JT Records, like the full story.
Okay, all right, fine.
I won't talk about it on your stream.
I feel like they have a storied business history with fucking Segla or some shit. But I do want to talk to you about Walt Jr. and...
Is that true? What do you think?
Also, Fumecom saying World War II, like, out-funnying the whole life. Fuck you. World War II is one of the funniest things I've ever... All right, so, what did he say?
What? I lost my train of thought there.
I know, dude.
World War. Is that how I say it? World War II?
World War II. If that's what you accidentally said and I missed it, that's pretty funny. But I feel like he was just being funny.
I guess so. And I did too.
Don't resist me here, okay?
Yeah, I remember that. Voidstro. And just remember, you're about to go to fucking court over it.
We were talking about fucking a record company, and then we were talking about Segla.
Oh, JT Records.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Fumecom. Is JT Records connected to Segla?
Okay, so that's, yeah. So we'll figure it out. We'll get more information. We'll leak it out.
It's just on my latest VOD. I mean, you just have to go back. I just don't want to take up your time talking about my stream. I mean, you just have to go back and watch it.
I mean, just make it funny if you're going to talk about it. It's fine with me. I don't care.
You have to watch it. You have to watch it.
It has to be seen to be believed. Well, why don't you make a fucking video essay on JT Records?
It's Segla, not Segla. Oh, are you shitting on me and my fucking accent again, huh? Ballish. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, Fumecom. Your fucking text right now is purple. You know what that fucking reminds me of?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
HR's about to call me in the fucking office tomorrow. And it's gonna be your motherfucking fault.
Dude, I mean, you can't have these weebs working in the office, okay? I worked in an office for a year and a half. You know, there was luckily other people in my office were like going to Japan, so they were like out weebing me. But like, they didn't find out about my fucking fan page, thank God. Like, I'm so glad I didn't tell them about Liagiverse. Or at least if I did, they didn't care. That's what I'm glad about.
Well, I pretty much talk like this around my work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work is fun. Offices are weird. It's just having...
I don't work in an office. I was kind of being...
Somebody told me a story, though, about another... Like, somebody that they lived with briefly. And they got fired from their office job because they got caught watching Kill la Kill. Which is pretty funny. And, like, how stupid do you have to be? Like,
well, I mean,
do really dumb shit sometimes. And gamers.
I've took anime paintings I've done to work. And I work with, like, 50 and 60-year-old men.
Hot. I mean...
And, well, yeah. And they always like them. They like the anime paintings.
Yeah. Because they're men of culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, show them the nudes after that.
They're not my nudes. They're just pictures of nudes.
That may not make it better. It may be better.
It makes it a lot better. It makes Void Show, does it make it a gajillion times better?
I mean, depending on the content that you're making.
It's
like, if
not...
you're DIYing your fetishes, I think that's admirable.
What if I'm... Oh, do you mean like creating my own fetishes? Like,
yeah, making
them?
your own fetish art. I think that's admirable.
What do you mean, maybe, Void Show? Stick up for me, dude.
Sausage fest. Yes, that's what's being said. The chat is degenerate tonight. I appreciate it. Let's get some inflation in the chat.
Yeah.
Let's blow this shit up. And I think, I mean, I'm a little grossed out.
Why? What are you grossed out about?
Well, I'm thinking about why Vince Gilliam wrote the Walt Jr. episode like that. Like, I don't understand.
Okay.
Isn't it a little creepy that he did that, you know? He went from X-Files to Sex Files.
I forgot all about that, like, until that Resident Evil stream, so you brought it up.
Well, it's just weird that he did that.
Hey, Dad, you want to get some milk?
Milk? Hey. This milk
I like Fumecom's Walt. Why, yes, son. Or what?
Yeah.
How do you? I wish. Why, yes, son. You're my
goddamn right.
Because that's how Walter talks in my head now. I am the one who gets the milk.
Dad, what ethnicity are we? You're goddamn white.
Now drink your milk.
It's thick and salty.
Am I like being baited into your fetish here, your fetish roleplay? Because I do not agree with this.
Vince Gilliam did that. I would never. Dude, season 0 of Breaking Bad is wild.
Oh, it's perfect for me, Com. It's just as good as it's just as good as my impression of fucking. I don't know.
Well, firstly, what did he say? I don't feel like
I don't feel like I can do a good. Well, I said it's perfect. It's dead on perfect. Dude.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like of a YouTube video that's like season 0 of Yu-Gi-Oh is crazy, and like I'm sure there's like one of those with 200,000 views, and then just recreating that with like season 0 of Breaking Bad is crazy, and they just have AI rewrite the transcript from that video, but as the episode where Walt Jr. drinks his dad's cum.
That's not what it is. I literally think he gets some milk out of the fridge.
That's a fan theory, dude. Everybody knows he was chugging load.
I don't think that did, dude. That makes it really fucked up, and Child Protective Services should have been called.
I mean, it was fake cum on the set.
Ew, stop. I'm gagging. Don't.
You're gagging from... All right.
I'm just kidding.
If you actually threw up on this podcast, it would make it better.
It's speculation, like the lily of the valley.
Well, that's another fetish, though.
Actually, not mine. Not mine. My fetish is a lot better, right, Voidstro?
My fetish is better than your fetish. It's like defending your dad against somebody else's.
My dad is better than your dad.
My dad's fetish is better than your dad's fetish. Like
he said right. He said right. He said right. Voidstro said right in all caps.
Oh,
My
no.
fetishes are the best. Well, I didn't. Hey, now that's not what I said.
What are these fet wars in my fucking chat? I will not have this. I will have fet peace.
Now they're going to be like, he's a fake fetish artist.
He's a fake fetishist. Tell me about your earliest fetishes. When did you get into...
What?
I'm taking the whole conversation.
Yeah, you're taking it. You're taking... Not what I said. As
if it was a fake gamer conversation. You're lost for words right now. You're gagging. You're like embarrassed.
I'm not reading this. I'm not embarrassed. I'm reading. You say we're going fishing. If you may come. If I was here, I'd be playing Andy Griffith Show. I can't whistle. So
this is a fake gamer stream. There'll be no.
I think you've said that before, Void.
What did he say?
He said that. Oh, do you not have the chat? KGR.
No, I'm saying that when I re-upload this, people are not going to know what the fuck anybody's talking about. I don't have the chat saved for the YouTube video.
Oh, we need to do that, dude.
It's a podcast. It's not about chat necessarily.
Oh, okay. He said KGR has being a fake gamer fetish. He's actually a real gamer.
That's really hot, though. That's one of the hotter ones, actually. That's a class A misdemeanor. I mean, fetish.
Oh, thanks.
It's also a misdemeanor.
What?
Go to prison.
No.
Anyways, I mean...
I don't... Nope.
You can do it later.
I don't mess with the kids.
That's not what I said. That wouldn't be a misdemeanor. You can go to jail for a misdemeanor. If it's good enough. Listen. You came onto my podcast. You started talking about all these fetishes. I was trying to talk about fake games.
Okay, go ahead. I'll okay.
I mean, I don't know. What are you working? What kind of art are you working on now? What's your next painting gonna be?
Well, right now I'm doing a dog for somebody, which is a commission at little 8x10. So it's for someone's wife who has cancer. So I don't know if I'm gonna charge them or not. They said they're gonna offer me $100, but you know, may or may not take it. It depends.
Damn.
I mean, not really. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said that before I cracked a joke. I was really close to cracking a joke about it.
Well, make the joke, because I mean, I don't really know the people.
It's furry art.
Oh yeah, well it is. Yeah, there's furry art.
It's a little furry. It's one of the Fs. I think it qualifies. I made some furry art. Actually, somebody had me paint their dogs, these little shit dogs. No offense. They're beautiful shit dogs. They're like purebred little shit dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they're very handsome. And then I took their heads and then put them on suits. I don't know if you saw that. I posted that a while ago. But that was like black and white ink paintings, and they were like reverse. Like one background was black, one was white, because the dogs were racially diverse.
I saw that. Do you have that posted somewhere?
Yeah, like, I'll try to bring it up here while we're talking.
Yeah, let's take a look. You showed mine. Let's see your art, dude.
Yeah, I'll show it up. I'll show off the lighthouse too. I actually really enjoyed making that. I
did like the lighthouse, and you know what's crazy? I can usually tell the medium, and I couldn't tell the medium on that one for sure. So I was impressed.
Not a lot of people use brush pens super texturally, I feel. Like maybe there's better options or something, but I like
great
kind of angular lines you can get on the texture. And I tried doing like watercolor, and I got something, but it was just, I couldn't replicate it easily. Watercolor's really hard.
I've never tried watercolor, and besides like in school and shit, but
yeah, I mean, it's really fun to do some cool textures with it occasionally, but I don't know. It's hard. It's fucking hard.
So are you self-taught, or did you go to school for it? Or
I did go to school, but I was very resistant to the education, mainly because I had never been good at extruding in 3D in my head. And when I was younger, I picked up like how to draw cartoons books. Like one of the first ones I picked up was either Mickey Mouse and or Felix the Cat. So I was taking it all the way back to basics. But
yeah, I like that.
When you do the basic shit like that, what you see is that these motherfuckers were drawing perfect circles all day. And I have familial tremors. And so I'm not very good at drawing a perfect circle. But then in the last few years, I was like, I really want to learn how to illustrate. Like, can I figure this out? And yeah, I just don't have perfect circles. That's just not what my art's about. Like, Ralph Bakshi's not about fucking perfect circles. He doesn't animate, like, it's super loose. So I just got like hung up on it, like really autistically hung up on a wrong idea about illustration that was set by, it's like literally, do you know Tezuka and Matsumoto?
I just know the names, but I mean, I'm not real familiar with them, though.
Well, Tezuka's got that like hyper tight circle style. And then Matsumoto does these like really elongated, like kind of painterly strokes. And
I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't realize how possible that was for me to do if I just put in the work into like extruding figures in 3D to do illustration. And I've gotten a lot better in the last few years, just like a lot of YouTube videos. But I did go to college for graphic communications and yeah, and I got some illustration training there, but I wasn't ready for it because I hadn't even done like the figure work.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I see. It's interesting to hear. I went for 1 semester in art school, but besides that, I'm all self-taught. So
what happened in that 1 semester that made you not want to pursue it, or did something else come up?
Other circumstances, but I didn't like it anyway. I'm not saying this is like gloat, but I really did already know a lot of what they were doing. Like they had you do like little stick frame by frame animations and shit. That was like your assignment. Like I was doing that shit at fucking 12 years old,
I see. So you felt it was like rudimentary and you wanted something more advanced and you weren't going to pay out the ass for it, essentially.
No, but actually, I was actually going to continue it because I did want the degree in it, but other events came up. So actually, my wife got accepted into another school, so we moved, and I transferred.
Okay.
Actually, I transferred back home because I lived away from home, and I hated that college, so we both hated that college, and then my wife got accepted into a nicer school. What
was shitty about it?
Well, when I was there, I think 3 kids killed themselves.
Oh my god, dude!
And
Jesus.
this is a university. I'm not talking like a little uh community college.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It
This
was
is like
it
a
like small town community, like college, small
no,
college town, or what? Metro.
I would say, but it's a popular college.
Yeah, yeah. They have them in the sticks sometimes. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm kind of in a, even though I live in a place called, blank city, it's still pretty rural around here.
Yeah.
It's I'm in Utah. There's actually not that many colleges in Utah. So,
Yeah.
beggars can't be choosers, I guess. But
I know. I was very thankful we got to move back home.
so yeah, mainly people just offing themselves is
I guess. I mean, hell, that's been 10 years ago now. It feels like a lifetime since all that shit. But
these are the
I moved back
dogs,
home and
by the
yeah.
way.
Oh
Anyways.
shit. Yeah, I do see those. And so those are ink or brush pen?
Yeah.
Which one?
Yes, brush pen. Yeah, I don't think I use any just ink and brush. But yeah.
Oh, I guess you combine them sometimes, don't you?
Well, sometimes I'll use actual ink and I'll have maybe a quill or something like that, or a brush, but I don't think I did that with this. Yeah, it was all brush pens. They're like Fudenosuke pens.
Nice.
Little tight. So I have like a range of brush sizes essentially.
Yeah.
So some of them I get the more like streaky effect. That's what I like sometimes. But I'm sorry. I think I interrupted you. Please go on.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at. You're fine. I'm looking at them. They're badass. Are they in a frame? Yeah, I see it now. I see it now.
Yeah, so they were commissioned, and I guess these are in a frame. So I don't know. Maybe they're mock-ups or something provided, but actually they are mock-ups for sure. I just realized how identical they were. So
I was gonna say, like, yeah, they but yeah, regardless, they're awesome. I like the one on the right the most. I like his watch.
Yeah, the face turned out better for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
Art's fun.
Oh, art's fun. See, I got my start doing digital.
Same.
And that's how I learned color theory and all that. And
yeah, I definitely leaned towards design early on because I had zero confidence with illustration and if I did illustrate anything, it was like, bad on purpose, abstract sort of thing. Though I did kind of develop my, like, the dogs are very textural. The lighthouse is very textural. I didn't show the lighthouse. I'll bring that up. But
yeah, show the lighthouse. It was badass.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, show it.
But
show it.
Even when I did like really bad, like outsider art illustration, I always did this kind of like dense texturing thing. And I guess that's my style, which is kind of bullshit because like, it takes a long time to do all the little marky marks.
Oh, I bet. How long did that take? One of them, approximately. How many hours altogether?
I'm thankful that brush and ink is fast. So this actually wasn't too bad, but probably 2+ hours on each one.
Well, did you have it sketched out first or something?
I digitally composited it, and then I printed it out and pretty much traced it.
Gotcha. But you still designed it and inked it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Yeah, I like it. That's badass.
Yeah, that's definitely not my figure work by any means.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, damn.
No, like I said, I'm not my best figure. Actually, and I kind of did the same thing with the lighthouse, and I kind of wish that I had just referenced the lighthouse and just drawn it freehand, because I think some of my curves got a little wonky. I was trying to use rulers and trace and be like tight, like illustration, when that's never going to happen for me. But anyways.
So can I ask a question? It's maybe personal.
Okay.
Earlier you said you have what kind of tremors?
Familial.
And
so
what was the other
genetic.
kind? You said not this kind. I have familial.
Essential is non-genetic. Essentially.
Okay. Gotcha. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there are a couple different classifications. I just know that I have cousins and grandparents that shook considerably, you know, not like kind of shaky, like definitely shaky. So
did that kind of stagnate your art any? Like, did it hold you back for a while, or
I
did
would
it just
say
make you want to?
mainly like my own misconceptions, you know, like what I said about not being able to draw a perfect circle. Well, I don't actually need to be able to draw a perfect circle to draw figure work. And actually the avoidance of drawing circles has actually led me to figure out other shapes that are a little less precise, but still highly effective at extruding in 3D. So actually with the tremors, if I know I'm going to be moving left and right, whereas a circle is just like this continuous, it's a whole different beast, you know, drawing an oblique or something like that, just an oblique circle. And then you can kind of form the
circle? Head. Any size circle? Like I'm going to say like a 4-inch circle on your tablet.
Oh, I mean, I can't do a circle for shit. We'll do some art at some point.
I'm not. I didn't know that about you. I mean,
no, I mean, you can see here. I mean, there's no.
I wouldn't have guessed that. I wouldn't have guessed that based on your art that you had something like that.
Yeah, but if you know, then you know why these marks are the way I gravitate towards, because. And it's the same way I play guitar as well, and I can utilize my tremors to tremolo pick, which obviously same root there. So,
oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, it can be a superpower, but it's also severely limiting. But creativity is just a response to limitation.
Yeah,
like what is physical art? What is visual art other than I can't tell you how this looked. I can show it to you, but it's limited through my hand, which is obviously pushed to its extremes in like hyper realistic art.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it's cool. I just never had I don't have any like physical limitations with doing art, so it's just I've never talked to someone who had before, so I was just curious.
I mean, working around the dexterity thing, I mean, yeah, it's definitely limited as well, like what are my professional opportunities specifically with illustration, because you think this looks cool, but I think to a lot of people it's off-putting.
Why?
It's just not, it's almost like too much in between real and abstract, I feel like. It's like it's uncomfortable or something. And people want art to make them a little bit more comfortable than I can make them feel with it sometimes. I feel like it's just if with illustration specifically, but I'm shitting on myself ruthlessly, so, and not looking for compliments.
Well, I know, I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
that doesn't really make sense though.
Well, I mean, we can go back to Big Weld, right? You can shine no matter what you're made of.
Yeah, okay. I guess, but I mean, I've been told like my paintings are really cool, and I think some of my drawings make people uncomfortable.
Well, your subject matter, if you're doing World War II, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, some people were made uncomfortable by the Roman state. This Colosseum could offend them.
Yeah.
It offends me.
Oh, sorry. I should have asked.
No, I'm Italian. It actually gets me off. I lied. Nice. I've been lying. We're looking at your Twitter here. You know what? I'm not going to look at your Twitter anymore. It's dangerous to have a browser up when you're fucking...
Yeah, I mean, you're going to go through a bunch of ballot shit.
Yeah, I don't want to go through all the ballot shit. It's there now, but people know about it. You've been exposed tonight. You've exposed yourself. Others have exposed you. Do you feel a little overexposed on the podcast?
Man, no, I didn't know I got exposed at all. What'd I get exposed on?
You know what? We can leave it at that. We don't have to even address it.
People that... Art snobs. Yeah, see, Voidstro, you can shine no matter what you're made of.
Ancient Rome makes me laugh because I just watched the latest Indiana Jones film. I thought you were going to say something about The Sopranos.
No, that's my job. That's
Having
my
a big
job.
weld fetish. That's like an apples to apples card. That should be an apples to apples card. Should send that in. When's the last time you played apples to apples?
Probably in like middle school or something.
Damn, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
All right, well, fuck.
Fake gamer. It's a game. Fake gamer.
That is fake gamer, dude. Okay, the evidence is piling back up. At first
Yeah, I
you were
know.
like
We're
Mega
swaying the other
Man and
way.
Resident Evil, and now you're like, what is I've never
I've played Apples to Apples, but it's been a long time.
I played like an apples to apples adjacent game recently, which had more to do with like a lot of different words. Like it was more like a fridge magnet sort of game.
So, really?
Yeah, no, you know, like the the poetry magnets,
Yeah.
refrigerator poetry. Yeah. It was kind of like assemble words from a random allotment and form a sentence.
Interesting.
But as a fake gamer, I know you can't understand.
No, I don't understand. It's all over my head.
Mm-hmm.
But there is actually something that is over my head, and that's like how do you like doing your stand up like in front of a live audience?
Dude,
like the videos you post.
I fucking bombed.
Oh, you
I
did?
bombed last week, yeah.
Did you already talk? I didn't know if you talked about
I
this
did
already.
talk about it, so it's fine. And there's a recording. The recording got fucked up. I lost the audio. Basically, everything went wrong with this fucking show. And so I've been working like with a group, and they have been a good workshop audience. And I workshopped this one just like I did the previous 3, which went significantly better. I'm not saying every joke was a fucking home run for my first 3 performances, but I was getting more laughs than not getting laughs. This last one was just like crickets. And I think it's because I opened with some racial humor. And everybody got too uncomfortable, which I thought that I had like the same audience again. Cause I like the show before it, I asked people, hey, who's seen me before? And like everybody raised their hand, and there's only like 15, 20 people. So I was like, and then it was 15, 20 people again. I'm just thinking like, okay, well, it's the same audience. I think they were totally different. I think they were all totally different people. And they were like, what is this racist idiot talking about? They were not willing to go along with the premise at all. I don't know how do you feel about stand-up comedy? Do you like it? Do you watch much comedy? You're a funny guy, so I don't know.
Oh, I am?
Well, I don't know. No, I take it back.
I don't, take it back, because, I mean, fake funny is what I am.
Fake funny.
But, no, I've never seen, I mean, I don't religiously watch stand-up comedies or anything like that. But I think it's cool that you can get up there and do that and, like, have material. I don't think I'd be able to get up there and, I don't think I'm good at planning material out. I have to just get up there and talk, probably. But that's more easily said than done in a situation like that. So I'm not gonna say I can do that, but
right.
I would struggle writing out jokes. I just wonder like how that is for you versus talking off the cuff like you are right now.
I think I've gotten some much better responses to it. I mean, it's tough doing live because I don't have any real response other than chat. One person occasionally goes LMAO, right?
Oh, yeah.
So occasionally, I do get feedback that I'm funny, but it's not the same, by any means. And I really enjoy the live feedback and the immediate gratification. Now, when it's the opposite, when you're dying, it was hell. And I realized like,
is that the first time it's been like that?
The first time it's been, and I tried the set out a couple more times, and the last time there were a few people like, yeah, that was great. They seemed excited, but then I was like, well, why weren't you guffawing as loudly as I've gotten in the past? So this set has like, I learned something about like, I made my workshop laugh, but they're comfortable with me. They understand my sense of humor. They know where I'm coming from. And if people don't know where I'm coming from with this set because it's basically about, I've lived with 2 black roommates before. And I talk about, but they were like Jehovah's Witness and Mormon. So I learned nothing about black people during either of these experiences. You didn't laugh. I got people have laughed at this.
Where's this going?
I swear, people. Yeah, it's off-putting, but I swear to God,
I just laughed. I just laughed at it.
Okay,
I just laughed, didn't I?
I'm losing my mind, and I thought I didn't hear you laugh. So, yeah, where is it going? I'll tell the whole fucking bit.
Okay.
I feel like I've been talking a lot, but I'm gonna keep doing it.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Fine.
I'm overreacting. Also, I feel like I've scared you. I'm not actually mad about anything. It's all good.
No, I'm not. Oh, dude, okay. I'm not scared at all. Don't worry about it.
All right, don't be scared. Don't be scared.
No.
But I learned that, I had these two experiences, a Mormon and a Jehovah's Witness. Didn't learn much about black people. Ironically, learned a lot about Michael Jackson, though. Michael Jackson was a Jehovah's Witness, and apparently a lot of people don't know that. Some people
I did not.
Yeah.
Nope, did not know that.
Pop culture history, it helps. Fake music fan as well. But I'm like having trauma like brain trying to remember this failed set. So it's tough. I feel like I didn't bring a lot of racist baggage. I don't feel like I have a lot of prejudice or bigotry in my heart. I'm cool with it. I'm all right. I totally accept that it's Black History Month. That's fine with me. I don't have any problems with that. Okay, give them the short one. I don't care. I
did not know that's where this was going.
I don't care. I also have I have black family. I have a white aunt, but she has a black child. This is literally true. This is like a fact about my life, okay? There's no black uncle, but that's neither here nor there. That doesn't matter. It's not important. That doesn't inform. It's weird that you even asked. This isn't hitting. See, this is what I'm saying. I'm bombing again. This is like trauma. I swear people have laughed at this. And were they lying to me every time? I told these people, I'm like,
LMAO, capital LMAO.
Okay, I got an LMAO. All right, that's the encouragement I needed in the chat. That's getting me through because this is tough. And also, my father was an Italian man, but he had actually very, very dark skin. He was a very dark-skinned Italian man. And when he was in school back in the 70s, they actually used to call him the N-word. That's my generational trauma, but I don't think a lot of the younger generation relates to it now, because if you're white passing and somebody calls you that in school, nowadays that just means you're the coolest kid in the fucking school. You're awesome. Everybody loves you. That's why they're saying that. Times have changed. And my last roommate, oh my God, dude, my last roommate was the Black Mormon, and he was the meanest LDS member I ever met. He would bang on my door because I left the light on, and then I open it, he just starts calling me the F slur over and over again. And while I endure the barrage of hate, I'm just wondering, what's the exchange rate on homophobic and racial epithets? What's the value exchange? When do I get a pass? That's what I'm trying to get at here. When do I get the pass? Yeah, but people laughed at all that in a workshop, like consistently, and maybe they were just lying. I don't know.
Was that the whole bit though, or did you do?
Oh my God!
Stuff?
Yeah, I mean it goes on. Yeah, I'll do the whole bit.
Race. I meant that's not about race. That's what I mean.
Did
you mix it up?
Eventually, yeah, halfway through the set. And I should have totally flipped it. I should have done the relationship stuff first, because then I had a bunch of stuff on Valentine's Day, but I opened with the racial stuff, which was fucking stupid. The dating stuff already got a laugh. I performed it on Valentine's Day. Well, first I did crowd work, so that was easier.
All right, I'm all worked up. I'm ready. I'm worked.
That's not what... What if crowd work was just when the comedian went into the audience and started blowing everybody?
Lay it on me. I'm worked.
Well, firstly, you're not in a couple. So I say it's Valentine's Day. You know, any couples in the audience, you and your wife aren't
my
there,
hand's raised.
or
my
else
hand's
I would.
Raised.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I'm not going to do crowd work with just you. It's stupid. It went okay. Honestly, they had fun with it. I kind of won the audience back a little bit, but I had torched the audience so bad with the racial stuff.
Give me one to reel me back in. Give me a right relationship one.
Yeah. I've been dating again. Dating can be tough. Sometimes I feel I give out the wrong signals. Sometimes I think women they think I'm secretly gay. And I get it, you know? I probably talk too much with my hands. That's the Italian, okay?
The Italian.
That's the Italian, okay? Don't blame that on gay. But I am a performing artist, right? I'm up on stage, I'm doing comedy. You know I at least got nicked by the gay gene, okay? It's just a flesh wound, though, all right? It's just it's healed. There's a scar. There's gay scars. I have lots of gay scars, but I'm totally straight. I'm totally straight, ladies. I mean, dating can be tough. Women, why do you want to get on Snapchat after we're on the dating apps? Okay, we go from the dating apps to Snapchat. Is there a reason why you want our oldest conversations to disappear? Do you not want to be held accountable for something? This isn't really helping the narrative you're facing right now, ladies, as a gender, okay? Later on, you're like, oh, I thought you liked pad thai. I never said that. You'll never prove that shit. Not in a court of law. There's no evidence. She's just fucking with you. That joke kind of sucks, and I did want to take it out. But then the third one is about Subway Jared.
Okay.
Where's my fucking...
It's up to you. I mean,
I don't know. I feel like I'm dying up here. This is so, it's
well,
awkward.
I'm on one person too. You're telling like a stand-up routine to one person.
I know. It's fucking
it's
awkward.
Different. You don't have to. If you don't
Usually
want to.
I end up working in stand-up jokes into the podcast naturally. Like I'll just like read from my fucking script when something comes up. Which I didn't have it open. But I will say my biggest fear is that someday somebody will film me eating a banana.
Why is that?
Because they'll have that shit on tape. Nobody looks good eating a banana on tape. Have you ever seen somebody eat a banana on film and like, hey, they're pulling that off?
I guess so.
They're not communicating anything subconsciously. Gagging on a fucking phallic yellow. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay. It is part of the fucking routine.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a joke. I think I want to say that to an audience and see how they react. My biggest fear is that someday I'll be filmed eating a banana. Yeah, that's something I would say to them randomly.
Okay, yeah, lay it on them. See how they take it.
Yeah. Well, I have to be a little bit more careful now. I don't like bombing anymore. I want to try to avoid that.
No. I hate banana. Well, Fumicom will give it a big ass thumbs down.
Dude, not me. What if somebody filmed you eating a banana, dude? Would you want that out there? If somebody puts that shit on kiwi farms, like Fumicom eating a banana.
Well, Fumicom don't have to worry about it because he hates the texture and the flavor. Banish. Whoa, you got it for? Is it? Oh, because you're subscribed. Look at that, Banish.
Oh, you got your they're using your emotes in the chat, dude. Those gift subs, gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Oh. Fumicom. No.
Spamming the emotes in chat.
No.
The Balish in chat. I've talked about me for a long time. It's time for you to talk about you.
My stand-up routine?
Yeah, your stand-up routine. Yeah, that's going well. I mean, you're cruising. What's on the horizon, man?
Hang on, I'm getting a drink.
Take a sip. It's fine.
Okay, you ready to know what I've been doing?
Yeah, what's on the horizon?
Okay, so on the horizon is I am currently finishing my basement.
Okay. So you're getting a sexual transition?
No. Like my actual basement of my house. I'm actually building walls and making rooms and stuff in my basement.
Well, we already know there's not going to be a gamer den down there.
No, but there is going to be a big display case with all my shit. So
sick.
Yeah.
So is this what is the end goal of the basement finishing? Like, what do you envision yourself using your new basement for as a fucking homeowner? Also, what the fuck? How'd you pull that one off? Who'd you fucking kill for that? Whose will were you in? And then who did you eliminate?
Nobody. We didn't get no inheritance or nothing. I've just been with the same girl for about 15 years, and we saved and saved and saved all our money. We always had jobs, no matter how small, and we hardly bought anything. So
oh, fuck yeah, man. Congrats.
I mean, I have a loan. I don't own the house.
Right.
I have a home loan, but
right. Yeah, but you had to get that down payment together, I'm sure, and that's a big factor on the payment. So,
but my dad and I and her built it ourselves, and took 2 years.
That was actually one of my crowd work pieces. Was I started talking about renting, and then I asked people in the audience, like, hey, does anybody rent? And then I asked them, leave your hand up if you think someday you'll own a home. And then I just point at somebody and go, why? Can I just ask you a quick question? Why are you so fucking delusional? Why do you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's cool. It's cool to know that you guys are able to pool your income. I mean, 15 years. So that's I mean, what did you guys go to a Christian high school? Where did all these family values come from? Do you watch a lot of Little House on the Prairie or something? Because especially for fucking artists, it's not easy to, not because I'm a fucking vagrant. I've been traveling across the country essentially.
Yeah. No, no. I mean, I met a pretty tame girl, and I guess maybe she's kept me in line all these years. What do I fucking know?
Hey.
But yeah, I'm grateful for it regardless. So. Yeah,
there's validity in that. It's rare. It's fucking rare these days.
Oh, it's very rare. I mean, her and I have never broke up. We never had big arguments. It's literally been smooth sailing for 15 years.
And to make it through, I mean, angst and puberty. You're saying you're 30, so 15. I'm doing math. That's tumultuous times.
I was 15 and she was 14, but there's only 6 months difference between us. And so that's it. And now we went through losing a baby together, so that was even more bonding, unfortunately. But
yeah, that's never easy, man. Shit, I mean, that's worse than never easy.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I don't mean to make it sad, but I'm just saying that bonds us together even more. And I know that, I mean, we'll never be apart unless something happens, of course. But
yeah,
it just kind of. I mean, not that I thought that before anyway, but
yeah,
things are different now.
It's definitely not something I'm super comfortable pursuing. I hope that you guys are, recovering as well as you can, and
Oh yeah, I mean it's better. I mean, you just move on, I guess.
It's tough to even respond to. It's try again. Yeah. What am I gonna fucking say?
Oh yeah, I said there's nothing nobody can say.
If at first you don't succeed, it's Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's just a weight to think about. Just wondering when is it life, and it's that kind of thing. But
oh shit. That's a heavy consideration.
It gets you in your feels. It puts you in your feels. That's what I'm trying to say. And it puts you in your feels together. You're both in your feels together, and it's
also it's nobody's fault.
That's the thing. It's nobody's fault, but you're very, very pissed off. And
yeah,
actually, I would say I felt it was just sadness more than anger. It's just sadness.
It's a lot of time and effort as well. You put work into it, and you want to do it the best you can, and life just rolls a fucking nat 1 on your situation, and it's really.
Oh yeah. I mean,
it stomps.
All sex jokes aside, I mean, we have been trying to have kids for years. So
yeah. Well, it's not fucking easy when they're poisoning the food. So
oh yeah, who the fuck knows? Especially
we know there's metal shavings in the cereal, and there's You know, there was coal dust in the Kraft mac and cheese, and red 40s still everywhere, and you know.
Oh yeah. No, there's other factors too, but
sure.
I mean, I would tell you privately, but I won't go into it on
well,
stream.
you know, and there's also environmental toxins, and I mean, yeah, I get, you know, there's also, you know, even our genetic realities are informed by these things, though, because our parents consume them while we're in the womb, you know, and in an even less regulated time. And the older you are, the more you can be impacted by, you know, just a lot of it's just environment that you have, you know, you can be subjected to.
I guess that's the thing too, is I mean, this experience is it's hard to find someone to talk about it with, because no one wants to talk about it. No one hardly has experienced it. I mean, there's a lot of people that experience it. I'll take that back, but no one I know.
Well, you have to, you have to seek it out, and it's kind of
it's kind of awkward. Yeah.
I mean, it's probably like going to an AA meeting for the first time, but you didn't imbibe or anything, you know, so it's...
But you have... Well, I mean, but I have her to do it with, so it makes it it makes that easier, I guess. I don't fucking know. Like I said, it puts you in your thoughts.
Yeah.
And you ramble.
Well, yeah, and I don't want to push it too far. I'll talk about whatever, but it's... Life is fucking real. It's a real fucking thing. I haven't actually talked too much about the real life on...
That's what really made me realize is, like, you know, I was dealing with that shit, then I'd open up X and there's fucking fight me on Slippy, bro. And it's like, dude, you know, it's like...
These people kick you when you're down, and then when, like, they're shitting on you via Discord messages... And then they tell you, like, oh, I'm at my mother's funeral right now. You know, it's like...
Well, see, I don't know any of that stuff.
Well, I'm just saying, like, a lot of these... It's a lot of cry wolf after you've been... You know, Balish has done shit like that. Balish is I'm suffering, you know. I'm suffering after I fired off all these shots.
Yeah.
You know, it's like...
Well, Balish is just a fucking selfish retard.
Well, I think that's what we're talking about. I think we're talking about selfish retargeteds and restarteds. Or if you're speaking with a Southern gentleman who had a head cold and you asked him where he met his wife, he might go, we're relarded.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it just made me seem like he's even more meaningless to me. So, and the whole drama shit. So, but I'm still, you know, it's still part of my history, and people ask me about it a lot, so I have no problem talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but yeah, when you're getting
what it is,
like garbage on Twitter, and like it'd be nice to sit down at your computer or whatever and like do something productive, but instead it's just the exact opposite. It's just
it's
fucking idiots.
Yeah, I mean, you can always just block them, I guess. So it got to the point where I think the Slippy person's a troll, to be honest with you. So,
it's quite possible.
And I responded, I was like, dude, if there's anything you want to know about Balish, just ask me. You don't even have to hide behind an alt account. I'll just tell you it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, just come at me, bro, not on Slippy.
I still don't know what Slippy is, and I don't think I want to know. I think I need less gamer information in my fucking head.
Fumecom told me it's a way to play, what is it, Smash Brothers Brawl Online or something?
Oh, okay, yeah. I got you.
I didn't know. I didn't really know either, so.
That's right, I remember hearing that before. Microplastics and everything, yes, and I'll just find some cave and start calling myself a homeowner. You know what? You're free. I think that's what, like, the people who say they're like free men in court when they get caught like fishing property they don't own, or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
They're
sovereign men, stuff like that.
What about it?
There's people.
I was kind of half listening.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not going to pursue it then because it's hard to explain. Fuck it. Anyways, so, yeah.
Sovereign citizens.
Yeah, sovereign citizens. Fuck them. Don't worry about it. Democracy,
okay.
Fuck it. Who cares?
Okay.
You know? What race are you?
What? You don't know?
No.
Oh, what do you think?
Wait a second. No, that's somebody else. I have no idea. The sound of your voice is not helping. It doesn't sound. You don't sound racially affected.
I think I'm just gonna leave it a mystery. Then should I just leave it a mystery?
Yeah, sure. You don't have to tell me. I just asked. I mean, you left me on dead air, so I just.
That's Void Show. No hints. No hints.
He's a Southern boy. Well,
I'm gonna slap my knees. I'm gonna go. Well, actually, no. It's like this. It's like this. Well, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna fucking rug pull all of you. Fucking rug pull all y'all. Your coins come out. Hey, y'all think you're fucking gamers? I take all your coins, bitch.
Damn, dude. So you're a Southern boy. Where'd you meet your wife?
At high school.
Oh, okay.
I'm white.
You missed my joke. Oh, you're white? Well, that's vague as fuck. That actually doesn't. I don't like that answer. Actually,
I'm a Southern boy.
So what? You got some Ireland in you? You got some British? What are you? What? How pure are you? You German?
No.
No.
Well, I would say actually, my mom's side's Italian.
Fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
I'm serious.
Hey, I'm walking here. I'm actually not walking. I'm sitting down.
I've heard that, Void Stro. Or you told me that. I mean, so. You
have a lot of German in you? Yeah. Well, maybe you should stop fucking Germans in your butt all the time. Can you fuck? Yeah, you're a power bottom. Yeah, you're doing the fucking. Help me out here, man.
No, I'm staying out of that one.
You're done. You're all right. You're done.
No, just out of that one. Oh, I mean, I'm not. Ew, boy, I can't get in on that. I'm not even in that conversation.
Well, everybody in chat's a bottom. Just letting you all know you're all power bottoms now. And that's what I'm actually going to start calling the viewers of my live stream. I never coined like a name for my audience, but the power bottoms I think would be really good. I think people would really enjoy that.
I don't think Voidstro likes it right off the bat.
Bikini power bottoms? We're the bikini power bottoms.
Okay, I like that, Fumecom.
That's a lot of syllables, though, I'm going to be honest. Hey, everybody out there. Hey, how's everybody in the Bikini Power Bottom community doing today? Bikini Bottom is a community. It's an aquatic sea life community, but it's still a community, you know?
Yeah.
They've got squirrel. That's diversity. Diversity is strength. Sandy Cheeks. She's a strong, independent woman. She's got her degree. She's got a scuba suit. She's bringing a lot to the table. I think it's valuable that we have her around.
Oh, I relate to her, if you remember. Well, did you know my last stream where I talked about how
I thought you said you were white.
I still relate to Sandy Cheeks.
Okay. Care to explain?
Sandy, look what Voidstro said, and that's before I piped up.
The Krusty Krab hired Sandy as DEI hire. Yeah. No, that's...
not above that. Not what
Sandy Cheeks is probably related to KGR because you're Southern boy.
I guess.
Alaskan
it's because
bullworm.
Or I feel I walk into a store and they're like, "Careful, Billy, you'll catch it stupid." Whatever the fuck they say.
No, but Sandy Cheeks was definitely like the season 1 diversity hire of SpongeBob. And if there weren't so many anthro fuckers that wanted to see her in her bikini bottom, she wouldn't have stayed on the show.
How many? Or what's it say, Fumicom, in the background? How many KGRs does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I wish I knew the punchline to that.
I don't remember that punchline, but I just remember a guy in the background at one part going, "Why?" But not to that question.
You kind of peek out sometimes when you get too loud on your microphone.
Yeah, that's okay. You don't need to hear me peek anyway.
I'm peeking.
I just need to not scream.
Peking duck.
None because they're so darn stupid. Yeah, that's right.
I should have more SpongeBob quotes on hand than I do, given I vividly remember watching it the first episode after the Kids' Choice Awards.
Like when it aired, you mean?
Yeah, the first episode of SpongeBob.
That's cool.
Do you remember watching it?
No, I don't.
You weren't watching the Kids' Choice Awards? Dude, you had a choice.
Yeah, and I chose not to. I don't think I've ever watched any Kids' Choice Awards, and I watched a shit ton of Nickelodeon.
Damn, bro. I was hyped for it. They always would premiere like something new afterwards too, so that's what I was like, you're getting the new Nick.
Yeah. I just never really cared. Same, Voidstro. I had a SpongeBob game on PC when I was younger and it had trivia. What color is Sandy's bikini?
Purple and pink.
Yeah, and it's already prepping you if you make wow. I mean, do you regret that as you're older, or are you like, man, I'm glad it had that in there?
What colors? Oh, I see. Yeah, they all the Nickelodeon games had trivia in them. I remember like Rugrats trivia in the Rugrats PS1 game. The one where you could go to like all the different levels.
I think it's funny as fuck. Yeah, I had one Rugrats game, PS1.
Sandy Cheeks was a sexual awakening.
The Search for Reptar, that was what it was called, I think.
I have Rugrats dolls, and they have little stars of David on the tags.
Do they really?
Yeah. Klasky Kasupo, very, 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 very Jewish.
Well, I didn't know the tags had it though.
Yeah, I guess they had to like fight for it. I talked about it a little with Fumecom when he was on the stream. So I'm just retreading trivia here, but
yeah, no, I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing it with me.
Yeah, no problem. Actually, I'm going to show off my gut.
Your what?
My gut. Because I stood up.
Oh.
This is Stu. This is Naked Stu. I got him at the thrift store.
Wow, dude. I am so fucking jealous. Holy shit.
Hold on, let me turn off this light. So, there's Naked Stu. I've lost control of my life.
Good grief, he's naked.
And then this is fucking what was her name? Mom.
I got Dee Dee.
Dee Dee. Okay. There you go.
Oh, her clothes are on conveniently.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I start doing Dee Dee upskirts, it's gonna turn into an OF.
See, but but the other guy can. Okay.
Diddy Dee Dee? Oh, did I?
Dee-dee.
Yes. Is that a question, Fumecom? Did I?
That's how you spell it, Dee Dee.
The hair is actually hard plastic, so this has clitoral stimulation on it. Stu's nose. You could use Stu's nose. You know, I thought Stu wasn't the... Anyways, I was thinking about Rugrats' religious lore.
Stu's
and I'm not going to go down that path.
Let's go down now. I want to do Rugrats' religious lore.
Are you watching the stream?
Yeah. Well, I got a delay, but yeah.
Maybe I'll have Stu pop in every once in a while, but then I have to have these really disturbing dolls out in my room. They really chosen. I'll show the. I thought they were blue, but I guess that was just in my mind. That was just me actually thinking of Israel. You really can't fucking see. But I want to document. Fuck.
What's hang on, it's gotta get in focus.
I know, but it's not autofocus, that's the problem. Oh!
I see it's a hand.
Yes!
But...
This is as good as it's gonna get. It's like off the side. It's like
I see it now. Oh, I see it. I see it there. I see it while. Yeah, you dumb chosen babies.
Does she fucking say that? Is that the fucking where she's the pharaoh, where Angelica is literally like the oppressor of the Jews? Angelica, before there was Ye, there was Angelica.
Ye's back.
Ye is black. He is.
He's back. He's back on X.
Oy vey, Ye. I kind of wonder if he chose Ye because it's like Yahweh.
I don't know. It's the last two letters of his name, so.
Yeah, and he's like, it's like an exclamation, like "Yay, yay!" It's very manly.
Yeah, I guess.
If I fuck this model, she gets bleached her asshole. I get bleach on my t-shirt. I'm gonna feel like an asshole. You remember that song?
He's nuts.
That I listened to that album a lot, actually. He's got some bangers, I'm not gonna lie, but
oh, I mean, it's fine for like his music, but he's nuts.
Yeah, it's he's a little out there. He's going for it. He's really going for it, you know. Yeah, but yeah, he's basically like Angelica Pickles. I think that's
yeah, he is.
Stupid chosen babies. I can't go. I really want to go the whole way down this road of Angelica being an anti-Semite, but I'm not sure if I can do it within Twitch TOS.
Yeah.
Kanye was going to do a TurboGrafx 16 album. I believe it. He should have done a CD. He should have done TurboGrafx CD or Neo Geo CD. What do you know about the CD consoles?
Nothing.
Fake
Not a damn thing.
Bullshit. Fake ass gamer bullshit, dude.
Bullshit.
Makes me sick.
I know.
Make me sick.
I know.
I was on the bus and the driver like randomly turned to the chick getting off and he's like, "Feel better." And then I was like, "What?" She was like, "I didn't see." And he turns to the passenger and he's like, "She looks sick, don't she?" And the guy agreed. And I literally think it's just because she was Asian. I think that like her pale skin is a feature and not a problem, and these guys couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like America.
She's just literally Asian. He's like, she looked like she got... I mean, maybe that was a subconscious racist thing, too. Like, she probably got bird flu.
So, I mean, do you jump in there and, like, stand up for her or whatever?
No, she was
like,
off
ask her out on a date?
She was
check
off...
her hand?
I mean, no, it's funny because it was raining outside. She might have actually been sick, but it was raining outside, and then she stopped she walked up, and I had an umbrella, and I thought to myself, like, halfway, oh, maybe I should, like, be a nice person? But then I'm like, she's really attractive. There's no way this goes well. There's no way she wants to be approached by me right now. Like, I had this battle in my mind of, like, do I offer kindness and human, recognition, or I should just keep to my fucking self? I'm scared of this woman.
It depends if she had a ring on that finger.
Mm-hmm. Damn. I'm pretty sure she was a college student as well, which I'm a college student, but it's different. I'm a 36-year-old college student. It's a little different.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I was just assuming it was all around the same age.
No, I'm pretty sure she was like 20-ish. Hopefully. I don't know.
Okay, gotcha.
But I didn't really talk to her. That's what I'm saying. She like walked up to the bus stop and I was like, it's raining. And I didn't even think to do it. Like, that's how disconnected because also I spent like a decade in cities where you definitely wouldn't do it. Yeah. You definitely don't want to approach anybody. But this isn't like, this is city and name only. So
I visited a lot of cities, but I can't imagine living in a city. A real, like, dense city. Like New York or something like that.
Yeah, well, New York is the densest city. So, I mean, I'm guessing you would think dense, like, have you been to Charlotte, North Carolina?
No, I mean I've been to New York twice. I've been to Chicago 3 times.
Yeah, like second or third biggest city. Have you been to a city that's not like top 10?
I've been to a lot of places. Well, does it have to be U.S.?
No.
I've been to a lot of places in Europe, a lot of different
I
size
would
cities.
assume you were going to mostly the more populated areas, though. And Europe, like, don't they like keep people out of the ancient cities sometimes? I don't know how it works.
Not where I was. I was walking all over that shit.
But like, as far as people who actually live there, I'm guessing there was like a lot of tourists, but I don't know.
No, I just went. No, I didn't go with like a tour group or nothing. We just pretty much backpacked through Europe.
Oh, nice.
Took the trains. Yeah.
So like hitting the historical cities on like train.
Yeah,
lines.
just getting off trains and then timing the trains to get on and then booking hotels.
I guess I would just assume you went to the bigger ones because you're
Well,
out
I
and about.
did.
Yeah.
Too. I did too, but we went to some pretty small places too, because a lot of them were kind of like off the wall World War II sites and stuff. Some of them were popular.
Urban density is just, it's very subjective. Like I was in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's fairly densely populated. I lived in Chicago for a little bit, but like not long.
Yeah.
So
I would not like to live there.
yeah, it was a little sketchy. We picked the Mexican neighborhood, which had the best mix of crime rate and transportation, closeness to the city. And honestly, we were the most intolerable part of it. Though I did have a roommate get mugged, though they looked really muggable. I gotta be honest with you. I walked through South Side Chicago at night by myself and nothing happened to me. But
Nothing happened.
I'm 6'1" and bigger, so maybe I look like more of a threat. You know, it's like you want easy pickings, and that guy was easy pickings.
We were worried about getting mugged a couple times in Europe. It didn't happen, but because we went down the red light district in Amsterdam in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I had friends from high school that went to Amsterdam and got in a fight with skinheads, I guess. And because they looked like a bunch of socialist assholes. And not saying that the skinheads weren't assholes, but when you get assholes together in Amsterdam, it's just magic's going to happen. But then one of them pulled out a knife and then the other guys ran away.
Nothing like that happened. It was me, my wife, and a friend went for 2 weeks, a Europe trip. And he when we went down the red light district, someone grabbed his arm when we were walking by, and then another guy like yanked on his arm real hard.
Damn.
Like not on accident. So like, what the fuck was that? And then another time a guy came up to him. It was always him. Another guy came up to him and said, we didn't know if he was asking if he wanted to give us Coke or if we had Coke, but something about Coke.
Right. Probably sell it. Probably offer to sell it and then rob you in an alleyway.
Naked chicks everywhere. It was a time.
Yeah. I think they were probably counting that you weren't in your right mind.
I guess so.
Looking to take
it was a
you.
different experience at Amsterdam. It was a cool place. It was a beautiful place, very beautiful place. But they just have this one. Like even the red light district, like it sounds super sketchy and like I know I told a story about the Coke, but it's actually pretty cool. Like even at night, how they got it set up with canals and
Well, it's highly state regulated, right? Like it's not like the Wild West of prostitution. It's state regulated prostitution.
Yeah, they say there's like plainclothes police and stuff walking around, which there probably is. But...
Yeah. Well, and there were also people trying to rob you, or it was a cop trying to put you in an Amsterdam prison. That could be true too.
Maybe. I could never go to a city. I mean, they're fun. I mean, that was the only the only sketchy time I think where we felt like, well, that was weird.
Well, that's where we differ as artists, I think. Because I think I was drawn to the city because it was a way to pursue that, and I don't know. No girl told me to think better of it. I think that's my experience of art. And it still is, and to be honest with you, I'm quite okay with that. I much prefer art to most things, to be honest. Even home ownership, probably. But home ownership does sound pretty fucking sweet, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it's nice, but I mean, I'm very fortunate to have it though. Like I don't say it to brag or anything. Like it's really hard to get a home. So,
Well, people could say I'm bragging that I chose art over a home. This is my principles, like,
yeah.
But it's just like,
Well,
it's not like
I guess,
I'm wildly successful or anything. I have made money as an artist. I did graphic design for a year and a half for a government organization. And
that's cool.
that made me a fair amount of money, So I've had success with it. It's just well,
I mean, you can still. I mean, if you want to own a home, you can still try to own a home and do art. I mean,
yeah, right. Good luck. I'm still working on that. I'm still working it out. I'd say that.
I guess it depends if you're really just trying to do full time. I guess it depends if you're trying to immediately make a living off your art or just trying to make your art to your liking. So, okay, let me ask you this: as an artist, are you just trying to make art to your liking, or are you just trying to immediately start? I don't want to say immediately, but are you trying to just make money off it for a living, like now?
Well, I have. Like, I feel art is storytelling largely.
I guess an artist is never fully satisfied, but more or less, are you satisfied with your skills?
Well,
that you feel like you can make money pretty easily off it?
Easy, no. Definitely not. Well, I'm trying to really change how I perceive all of that. So historically, no.
Yeah.
And I've always kind of struggled with it. And, there are things that, like, if I had a steady hand, everything would have been different, because I can envision. It's a lot about vision and overarching, and I almost wish I could have figured out how to get into a producer role a little bit more, even though that might have been a little empty for me too. But I really enjoy, I think art is storytelling, and I have experiences in my life that I feel should be told. Like, I have gone through things that I think should be repeated, and I don't just want to, I've also considered I think if my life got too shitty, I would just do a tell-all YouTube. I would just be this has been my life, and this is why it's so fucking crazy, and I was trying to tell you with art, but now I just have to tell you. So that's kind of how I feel about what I do.
I see. Are you just saying, you feel you're going to lose focus if you try to focus on other things?
I do. I do. And I also, I'm pretty aware of the rough stuff that I went through, and the pre-existing conditions that come with my genetics, and the situational difficulty I've had. And it's created and I also have some physical health problems that cause me a lot of discomfort. So when I'm in when I was at my office job, there was a lot of this is idiotic. Why? Okay, you want to see something, but I know this isn't what's going to be even close to final. Why am I burning my time? Oh, we got to show them something. Well, maybe if you would have gotten the right information, we'd have something to show. And there was a lot of communication art bullshit. And it was like a pressure cooker for me, because I would see problems. I would see a potential solution. I would communicate. Nothing would change. And I think that loss of autonomy for me, mixed with a lot of the rough upbringing and health difficulties and the stress, I just feel like a ticking time bomb. Eventually I'm going to tell somebody to fuck off, and it's not going to be a good situation.
Yeah. Well, I actually had a full-time art gig for
awesome
almost a year, and I hated it and I left.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Kind of your same story, more or less, but yeah, so I mean, I kind of get it. I get it.
I think that's the, traditional art path, and I think there's a lot of, I think maybe it was a lot more tolerable when it was a bunch of dudes in their early 20s and 30s kind of goofing around drafting boards and maybe having some scotch while they worked. Like, this is where that whole structure comes from, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, that whole idea of a working suit artist or draftsman or whatever, the way it functioned was it was like a boys club, and you made fun of upper management together, and you maybe had some scotch, and it was a bit raucous. But you can't have that with HR now. And maybe things are better than they used to be, but it's no environment for an artist.
No, it doesn't sound like it at all.
HR, I mean, you lived it. I'm assuming there was HR where you were working.
No, it was a shitty place.
Okay,
very shitty place, yeah.
So I also worked at a t-shirt shop for 5 years, which is owned by like one guy, and it was all just, I mean, it was a lot of frustration and goofy shit, but I didn't have to go in every day. Like, I worked a lot remotely for the guy. So that was a lot more tolerable. Yeah. And then the last job I was mostly working remote as well, but then after there were so many problems with projects because I wasn't getting the appropriate information, they wanted me to come in the office, and that just literally made things worse. And then they were like, we're going to put you on a PIP. And I don't know if you know what that is, but that's a performance improvement plan or some shit like that, which is basically just code for HR has put a target on your back and we're going to try and force you out of here as soon as possible. So that's kind of what went on in my world. But you were the more loosey-goosey, shitty people situation. What kind of art were you making there?
They did a lot of like vehicle wraps and stuff like that, and signage for buildings.
Yeah. Yeah, I never got into the raps, but
no, the art was fun. The owner was just dumb. So yeah.
And were you doing like a lot of illustration stuff on that, or was it more like shapes and designerly, like logos and? I hand drew a lot of it. I used my own Wacom tablet and shit. So. Yeah, so you're like illustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Not so much. I wasn't sure if I was clear there.
It was a mix of both. It was, placement of pictures. Sometimes they just wanted pictures. They didn't want a painting on it, Right. Sometimes they wanted a painting. So a little bit of both.
No, but when you can do the painting, I mean, you're infinitely more valuable to a place like that. So they were probably pissed to lose you.
Well, maybe they're dumb.
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't mean they didn't regret it later.
Yeah. Oh, I'm fine where I'm at now. I like where it's nothing to do with art, but
yeah, I wasn't gonna pry on what you're doing now, but there's art jobs are not what.
No, they're hard to find, and when you get them, they're not really what you want them to be.
Yeah, they're usually bad.
Yeah,
and
so
I just feel like my old man was actually kind of canceled where he worked, not for anything Me Too related. He just had like a spicy political take, and they kind of like changed up leadership, and he got forced out with HR. And it's just like, then he kind of tried to do his own thing for a while after that, but he eventually passed. So seeing that series of events is also informative to me. It's like, this isn't in my DNA to be a good worker. Worker bee, I'm a good worker when I'm not when I can get some mental peace, which right now I'm doing pretty good. So I'm working on things a lot more. I feel like with art, it's a lot about how does it flow into your life? And a lot of the times you have to kind of like carve out that spout so that it can. And it can be abrasive and shitty, and you have to make a sacrifice or maybe draw a boundary with somebody, I don't know if you've had a lot of that in your life where, you really have to draw like caution tape around the time where you do art and be like, please don't fuck with this in a lot of ways. Like, you have a wife. So I would assume you have to work that out some way, if not with her, in the context of having a wife.
You mean like stopping? You mean like taking a break from art? Is that what you
Well,
mean?
you're in a relationship with somebody, so you have to manage that. You're in a very tight, close relationship with somebody. You have a job that you go to. You have friends that, you want to hang out with. You really have to be strict about when you're going to do what you want to do with art, I feel like.
Yeah, I guess so. I have to, but I always try to paint every day.
Yeah.
Always.
And I feel like, how do you do that without knowing when you're going to do it? Or
Well, I mean, unless like an emergency comes up and you're out of town
Sure.
or something, obviously then. But like on just a normal day, you have to. You just got to tell yourself you have to because it's not going to get done if you don't. You
Yeah.
just got to do it.
Well, you also have to tell other people that sometimes. That's what I'm getting at, is like, you have to. It's a solitary act generally. Like, even when I'm doing a live stream for coloring the comic book, a lot of the times I'm zoning out, like not talking at all, just so I can get some work done.
Sometimes I have to like my parents will call me because me and my dad hang out a lot, and I just have to say like, I'm painting today, or I have to spend more time painting this, and a lot of times what I do is sacrifice my sleep. It's like 10, it's 11 p.m. I'm supposed to be in bed, and I'm just sitting down to paint for a couple hours. So I kind of, that's not a good thing.
And you can't do that for long. You can't.
I've done it. I've done it my whole life, and I'm not saying that in a good way. Like, it's starting to take its toll on me. Like, it's starting to make me feel like shitty every day, like physically, like I need to fix it.
Yeah, you can't do that very long. I'll stick by what I said. I mean, you've been doing you've been doing it for 15 years maybe, but how long is that in comparison to your life? And a lot of people do say, the topsoil of your life, kind of, when you're getting into adulthood, it's tough because topsoil is there to be used, right? You've got to suck the nutrients from the soil to grow. But if you destroy the topsoil, then you have no longevity. So and I'm sure I've burned a lot of oil too in different ways, probably too socially, to be honest with you, being too involved with groups of artists and shit like that. That's kind of what the city does in a lot of ways.
Like I spent years trying to bond with dipshit, and that was a waste of time. So like that stuff's not going to happen anymore.
But 10 years it sounded like of kind of built, and I'm sure you're better off for still having had that experience.
Oh, for sure. Like I guess I regret ever talking to him, but at the same time I'm not. It's like I said, it's part of my history, so I have no problem
I know
talking
you
about
lost followers on that. And that's a big thing.
I did, and I did, and fuck them.
Yeah. It's not fun to watch your numbers go down after you've invested a lot of time and effort. I mean, my comic books Instagram page got nuked by Meta because of a meme about King DDD selling CBD.
That's I knew about that, but that's horrible, and I feel bad for laughing, but it's funny.
It is funny. Good laugh. Have an emotion about it,
It's funny. It's like, it's so horrible, and you're saying that as you're laughing.
I mean, as far as tragedies in my life go, that's fairly tame. I'll put it that way, And I'm sure you would feel the same way if something like that happened to you at this point,
Yeah, well, I mean, I did feel bad, like when I lost, some of my followers, for example, and I kind of took it to heart. But like I said, so much has changed since then in my personal life, good and bad. And so now it's just like, fuck them, dude. If you want to stick with him and go to the rallies, and more power to you.
Go to the
if you want to fucking hail Mein Fuhrer, then go for it.
He was putting the Switch cartridges into his foreskin.
That rap is awesome too, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Great job on the rap.
I did turn it into a rap, didn't I? It was like it's like De La Soul, like groove is in the heart. It's like a sample.
Yeah, I like it. Job well done.
Great
Very
job.
Good job. Great job.
Wada sounding like Hotel Mario. Are you saying that Hotel Mario foreshadowed Iwato's death?
Oh, what did I walk into?
I think Hotel Mario foreshadowed Iwata's death. I think that's what Fumicom is. How many millions of views do I get if I do the video essay on Angelica Pickles is the prototypical cartoon anti-Semite? I think I get 6 million views.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't get it.
No, I don't get it. Sorry. It's over my head.
Oh my god. That's the most fucked up joke I've ever done, and you just don't get. I don't feel so bad about me bombing in front of you for stand-up now, actually. I actually feel a lot better about myself.
I was half listening to begin with.
I know, you were really phoning it in this podcast. I appreciate that.
Because I'm painting on a canvas at the same time.
I wish you were showing it.
Well, I mean, I can, but... The Holocaust element. Say it. What? I didn't hear the joke. You know, I would have probably got that joke, Fumecom. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm just a fucking. Maybe I'm even a World War II fake. Shit.
Oh shit! What is the fake? What is the fake?
I don't know. Oh, it's me. It's me.
What is it fake about? Yeah, you just got this crazy fake energy, bro. You have fake aura.
I guess.
Pseudo aura. It sounds like a fucking pretend sex act.
You weren't there at D-Day. No, I wasn't there at D-Day. I wasn't there.
Oh, that joke was so fucked up. That joke was so
I had to go back.
Up.
You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna go back and watch the VOD and be like, oh man, how did I not get it?
Oh.
At least that's my hope.
The thing is, like, I came up with it as I was saying it. Like, when I started talking about, because I had already said, like, how many views.
6 million. I get it. I got it. Because 6 million views.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for saying it, the quiet part out loud. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you.
I'm a true Southern boy American. Damn.
How'd you meet your wife? No, you've already said that. And you don't get my reference because you were half listening.
High school. High school.
It's pretty funny, actually.